Right, we are back on your screen, right, on Sports Empress TV. We know World Cup is just around the corner. Because of that, we have a program for you right on this channel. The World Cup fever coming live from now to the World Cup. We are going to discuss about the history of the World Cup, the qualifying teams, the history about players and all that. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. If you do so, you are helping us to get to a greater number of people. My name is Tefsi Edubia Yeboah. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Right, so welcome back to the show. And as I told you earlier, we are going to talk about FIFA World Cup, when it started, and how many teams or how many countries participated in the first edition of FIFA World Cup. We all know now, last edition, which happened in Qatar, it was 32 teams, but now they have decided to add more countries to the FIFA World Cup, and now 48 countries are going to participate in this year's FIFA World Cup, which will happen live in Canada, Mexico, and also United States of America. Now let's talk about FIFA. What is FIFA? What is FIFA? What is the meaning of FIFA? FIFA is Fédération Internationale de Football. Fédération Internationale de Football. But when you come to English, it is Federation of International Football. Yeah, and it started in 1930 in Uruguay. At that time, or the first edition, 13 teams participated. France, Spain, USA, they all participated in that first edition. And it happened from 13th to 30th July, yeah, in Montevideo in Uruguay. And it started with just three continents. Three continents started the FIFA World Cup, or the World Cup, in 1930. And now we have about 6 continents participating in the FIFA World Cup this year. And some of the matches that were played, almighty France, and they beat Mexico by 4-1. United States of America, which is US, also beat Belgium by 3-0 in the first edition of FIFA World Cup. Now we are going to talk about this year's World Cup. And also, as time goes on this channel, we are going to give you, the history about the countries, some of the countries qualified, the players, statistics, their clubs, their ages, and all that. We are going to give it to you right on this channel. Today, I just want us to the countries that are going to host this year's World Cup, and also the continent and the slot for the continent, right? Canada, Mexico, and then USA are going to host 2026 FIFA World Cup. And 48 teams are going to participate. 48 teams across, the globe are going to participate in the FIFA World Cup. The federations, we have 6 federations. I told you the first edition was just 3 federations, which is Europe, South America, and then North America. They started the first edition of the FIFA World Cup. Now we have about 6 confederations. Yeah, 6 confederations, which include the UEFA, the CAF, the CONCACAF, the CONMEBOL, and all that. Yeah. So for the slots, we know Europe is the biggest and well developed. Because of that, they have 16 countries will be participating in this year's FIFA World Cup. 16 countries from Europe, and then 9 slots also for Africa, which include Ghana, Morocco, and all that. When you come to Asia, they have 8 slots. And now Australia, they join the Asians to play qualifiers. Now they are part of Asia, adding up or making Asia 8 teams coming to participate in this year's FIFA World Cup. And South America, which is the CONMEBOL, they have 6 slots. And then North and Central, they are together. They also have 6 slots. And then 1 slot for the Oceania, which is New Zealand. Yeah, the teams in the federations. When you come to Africa, we have Ghana, Algeria, Cape Verde, South Africa, Tunisia, and also Senegal. Ivory Coast and Egypt, adding up to, 9 slots. And when you come to Asia, we have Saudi Arabia, Australia, Iran, Jordan are making their first appearance, Japan, and Uzbekistan, South Korea, and Qatar. These are the countries from Asia coming to the FIFA World Cup this year. And as I told you earlier, Europe have the more, let me say, more countries coming to the World Cup, which is 16 countries. And coming from Europe, Belgium, Croatia, England, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Scotland, Spain, Switzerland, Turkey, Bosnia and Herzegovina, they are also coming alongside Czech Republic and Sweden, making the 16 countries for the Europeans. When you come to South America, that is where we have the Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Now let's go to the North America. We have Panama. We also have Curacao and Haiti. Yeah, Curacao and Haiti. And then Oceania, we have New Zealand joining this year's World Cup. As I told you, it's going to be very, very interesting World Cup. And it's a historic one because during the 2022 FIFA World Cup, which happened in Qatar, there were just 32 teams. But now we are going to have 48 teams or 48 countries playing this year's FIFA World Cup. What do you think about this World Cup? Who is going to win the World Cup? Please, you can drop your comment so that we can read it for you in our next episode right on Sports and Press TV. We will end it here. Then in our next episode, we are going to talk about those clubs that haven't qualified much or which have few qualification or participation in the FIFA World Cup. We are going to tell you about their federation, their players, their clubs, their ages and all that, so that you know the players when they start or when you see them on your screen. Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Because if you do so, you will help us to get to a greater number of people. This is where we end the show. But before that, big shout out to Sconi. Big shout out to you, Mr. Fabdi. Mr. Simon. Yes, and everyone. Pen drop. Big ups to you. My name is Tessie Edubia Yeboah. Thank you for being part of the show.